The strength that we have as an African people here in Minneapolis is that we have overcome oppression, often because of the Willie Lynch syndrome that put us one group against another. But right now we know that our greatest struggle is to learn how to be well. And wellness is a right of every human being. We were created divinely. And it's not because of stature, it's not because of finances, it's because we were created equally with the divine right to be well. And we have to claim our right to be well as individuals, as a collective group in this community. Now, what does wellness mean? Well, through our Afrocentric studies, we know that wellness means embracing each other and embracing the concept of consubstantiation. That means that all living things are connected, that everyone is our brother and sister. Although we may come in different containers, we're mostly water. So we are more alike than we are different. We got to remember where we came from. So to heal, to be well, we got to understand that power in an African community is always in a circle where there is no beginning and end, there's no top or bottom. That's a hierarchical structure that was imposed on us as a people. And we need to step back and realize that every voice is of value, whether it's a dissenting or consenting voice. So in this process, as we rediscover our we-ness, we got to know that I am because we are. We got to understand to love ourselves doesn't mean we have to not love our other brothers and sisters. To be pro-black does not mean to be anti-white. To be pro-woman does not mean to be anti-male. You can love yourself without hating somebody else. So let's move into this place of healing. Let's think about what we have to do. Think about our babies that are waiting for us on the other side, hoping and praying every day as they struggle against drug abuse, HIV, low school success, poor hope for themselves. And we are the hope makers, and we cannot give up. We cannot turn around. We cannot turn back. We cannot fight each other. We have to combine our strength. Every voice has value. Every voice, from the smallest to the largest. And bring your voice to the table. Amen. Bring it for healing.
Give her a round of applause. She's our doctor. She's the healer. And this is about healing, ladies and gentlemen. It's about finding our voice and trusting our voice and knowing that we have something to say that's important. I want to bring Brother Babington in because, Babington, we've had a situation, and you've addressed it in the paper in Insight News this week, where we, the community, are being challenged, accused, all kinds of stuff that I think, we wonder what it's all about.
Well, I think, first of all, thank you.
Thank you
very much, Al, for convening this important conversation, and thank you so much, Dr. Akinsanya, for her remarks, because I think maybe in the spirit of Barack Obama, forward is better than backwards. Mm-hmm. And where we are is at a place of great need. I remember when these two distinguished finalists for the position of the Minneapolis Urban League were here presenting in the community, extraordinary Pamela Coaxum and extraordinary Scott Gray. As they were speaking, I remember that Scott Gray put forward some statistics in reference to the conditions that we face as African American people here in the metropolitan area. And it's daunting. I mean, we face extraordinary challenges, and we need all hands on deck. I personally like to take the position that if somebody else is on the battlefield, I thank God for the other folk on the battlefield. There's so much to be done. As I look in this audience, I see warriors struggling. And it's unfortunate when we allow conversation or innuendo or mistrust to destroy the possibility of everybody moving forward, everybody being supportive. Let's find a way to win. And so I embrace the remarks of Dr. Akinsanya and implore that we all recognize the contributions being made around us and think first that people who are on the battlefield are trying to do good work. And let's find a way to embrace the good work. And I would so much rather dialogue about supporting the good work than looking backwards to anything.
That's a good beginning. And you have to leave at a certain time. Feel free to leave when you have to. Let me introduce then Brother Scott Gray. He is presently and formerly the director of the Madison Urban League.
At the same time.
Recently, we've announced that he is the new president of the Minneapolis Urban League, and we're pleased to have him here. Scott Gray, please give him a round of applause. And Scott, just flow. Come on up. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How's everybody doing?
Okay.
I didn't think I was going to make any remarks today. I thought I was going to be asked some questions and I was going to respond. But I have never been a man that didn't like the mic and to talk about things that are for real, you know. And like I said a couple weeks ago, I think that the time is now.
Yeah.
You know, that the time is now that we start looking at those daunting challenges. I didn't bring my statistics today because you saw them the other day, but you know them. You already know them. You know that 70, 80% of kids in the school district are receiving free and reduced lunch. So we know what's going on when they get home, right? Mama unemployed, underemployed, or what have you. But the time is now really to look at some new innovative ways to do this. I mean, this urban league has been a great urban league, but we got to start looking at making ourselves more relevant for the 21st century, for the future, making sure that folks that come in the door, that we're offering world-class services, and that's what this is all about. This ain't about me. This ain't about anything else but the folks that come in this door be able to walk out with their heads up and headed in a direction that can build this community. You know, I talk a lot about my three-pronged plan because I think it is important that we make sure that families are building equity in workforce development, that they're getting career ladder opportunities. And second, I think all of our kids, whether they're starting at elementary or middle school, that they're getting prepared for college and getting ready for careers in this community in the emerging sectors. Not that I want to be anything less than an astronaut, a doctor, a lawyer, or what have you. Y'all feeling me on that? I mean, this is what I want for my own son. So I want what I want for my own son for you all, for your children, for this community. You know, the third thing that I talked about is building equity. You know, building equity in home ownership and business development. You know, I feel like I'm at home already. I stopped this morning at the barber shop right down the street and got a haircut and met the owner of the barber shop. And he just said something for real. Hey, man, when you look at North Minneapolis, you see my business. I'm one of very few. And I couldn't argue with him. I said, well, he said, man, how does Madison and Milwaukee look? I said, well, pretty much the same in some cases in some of the areas that we would call underserved. But we got to come up with a new model, a new way, whether it's social enterprise, whether it's latching on to businesses here that need to grow and figuring out a way to put the Urban League brand around it where we can grow this in exchange for growing businesses, that we can create jobs. Now, I ain't come here to make a speech today, so I'm a shorten this, but this is about really building equity and layering on top of what this Urban League is doing already. What I first want to do, though, is thank the board of directors for saying that I'm the person that they want to lead this organization forward. I secondly want to thank our staff in the room that have, during this time, I think Clarence has been gone Mr. Hightower has almost been gone for a year now, but the staff has really stepped it up and held this organization together. I think we should just give them a round of applause. And for you all, the community, again, the time is now. You know, the good doctor, she probably should still be sitting up here. I hate to, well, Babington went after her, so I go up to Babington. But she says some very powerful, powerful stuff. But what she really